The P246C is just one code of the sequence of DPF clogged codes, meaning that your Ford Transit has been trying to launch regeneration but failed for some reason, or the regeneration didn't improve the condition of the DPF. So in a lot of cases, when owners come to repair shops with this issue, mechanics recommend DPF replacement, especially if the mileage is over 100,000 miles on the vehicle. But the thing is that these Ford DPFs, they can last much longer. I believe with proper diesel fuel, the DPF unit can last up to 250-300,000 miles. And there are some tricks in the system that may cause these DPF related codes, and you may want to check them before you do anything else. First of all, the P246C code may be fixed just by launching forced regeneration, especially if your Transit is mostly used in the city traffic. It may just not have the opportunity to regenerate the DPF, and with the help of a good scanner, you may force the regeneration process and will eventually clean the soot out of the filter. Unfortunately, this won't always help, since there may be some other problems to look at. Secondly, the problem may be with the DPF differential pressure sensor. This is exactly the sensor that tells the ECU if the regeneration has been successful and the amount of soot in the DPF is now good. The sensors themselves are good and long-lasting, but the tubes may get clogged, and this will lead to bad readings. So the sensor may be taken out, the tubes may need cleaning, and if you have any other codes pointing at the DPF differential pressure sensor, just replace it with the new one along with the tubes. Then the next thing is the DPF preheating equipment, which is quite unusual here in the Transit. There is a special coil in the exhaust manifold that takes some diesel fuel from the fuel filter and sends it to the DPF. The fuel is ignited by the coil and the temperature in the DPF goes higher, which helps the equipment regenerate much better. The coil has a fuel tube and the wire connector, so it's not that hard to locate. Unfortunately, it's a little painful to take it out, but the thing is that after about 100,000 miles of driving, this coil is almost guaranteed to have carbon buildup on it. After cleaning, you can install it back or use the new coil, and the regeneration process will be completed much faster. If you verify that all of the above mentioned issues are checked, the problem may actually be with the DPF. In my country, we don't have any emission inspections, so people tend to just delete DPF equipment and reprogram their cars. But if you need to go through MOT or any similar inspection, you will need to buy the new DPF, which is not that cheap. And that's why thoroughly checking all other possible culprits for the P246C code is very important before you invest in DPF replacement.